So a little backstory about me. I'm 28 now, started piano when I was about 24, and the whole time I worked 12 hours a day, come home, maybe play 30 minutes a day. I mean, that's changed now, but at the beginning, you ease into it, and the entire time I've learned using ℓ𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓲𝓪, the visualizer piano thing that shows you all the notes. So on that note, here's a realistic 4-year progression video, completely self-taught, no musical experience, from the beginning up to now. And I'm going to talk about some things along the way, some issues I ran into, injury that I had that prevented me from playing for quite a while, and at the end, if you want to stick around, I'd like to do a live performance of a song I just recently learned. Anyways, enjoy the video. We're going to start off with the very first piece I learned. It was about 3 months in when I did my first recording, and that is Piano Man by Billy Joel. So as you can see, I'm already nearly a year at this point, and I'm nowhere near ℓ𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓲𝓪, nowhere near anything. I didn't even learn ℏ yet. And that's probably a more realistic situation, especially if you don't play that often, of what it's going to be like after your first year, coming from no musical experience. You got to learn how to press the keys, you got to learn the proper fingerings, You got to learn how to get your finger dexterity up so you can actually hit keys, and that takes time. That's not just 1 month of playing music and then all of a sudden your fingers are magically flexible and you can magically move the speeds that you need to move for any song. It doesn't work that way. But up to this point, I was playing on like an old 1990s Korg 61 key synthesizer, and I think I picked it up on Facebook Marketplace for like $50. I was broke. 24. I'm completely broke. So at this point, I scavenged for a I think it was a Yamaha YDP 224 on Facebook Marketplace. It was like $175 at the time. It was a huge jump for me to go from the synthesizer to that digital piano. I mean, because the piano was 10 years old, but it had weighted keys and it had sensors, and I could get that expression out while I played. So after getting that piano, this is when my skill went up a little bit and I was learning a lot quicker, and I passed that first wall of, this doesn't sound like it's supposed to, or I can't play this because of however the piano is. And at this point, I started to be able to, learn the songs that I listened to as a kid and listened to in video games, and started playing those. And, when I first started piano, it was because of a pianist also here on YouTube. His name's ℎ𝓚𝓚𝓬𝓪, and he would do medleys of like video games and movies and put them all together into his own arrangements. And I'm like, yo, I want to do that. That's pretty much the reason why I started. So at this point, 1 year, I was taking songs that, I knew that I could play, and I would practice them and I would try to put them together. And I mean, it wasn't great, but it was why I originally started playing. So enjoy the next clips. So this is when I ran into the biggest problem since I started playing. I actually developed really bad tendonitis on my right hand due to the tension in my playing. And this is a really common thing, especially when you're self-taught, because you don't have someone along the way to correct that. And you can correct it by yourself, but you have to know that you're doing it. And I did not know I was doing it until one day, I just got pain in my hand and the pain wouldn't go away. Even gripping like steering wheels while driving, I could barely grip anything without there being an immense amount of pain. But at that point, I had to stop playing. I just stopped playing. Couldn't do it. I couldn't play video games. I could barely work out because I couldn't grip weights. It was a really tough time. Instead of just continuing to play and making the situation worse, I had to start like rehabbing my hand. And when I did that, I focused only on the left hand. Only on the left hand, that's it. I would practice arpeggios, practice scales, practice music theory as well, because at that point I had no idea how to read music, had no idea anything about like structures of songs, all the different scales that there are, which there are a lot, by the way. There's a lot of scales. But I took that year and reflected upon myself and, realized, how much this instrument means to me, and being able to do it means to me. And I almost had to start from scratch, especially, when I started playing again. My hand just wasn't there. My left hand was great, which is, I'm sure you'll see coming up forward in these couple videos, but it's like starting over. But without that push of not being able to play, but still wanting to play, I would have never done like the isolation with the left hand practice, and I would have never, learned how to read music or like understand notation. I mean, maybe eventually I would have learned it, but up to that point, I didn't even touch it. I didn't even know how to read a single note on a staff. So these next series of videos is going to be more recent, within the last year and a half or so. So this is when the progress, dramatically went up exponentially compared to like the last 2 years. Like, okay, I did this much my first year to second year was this much, but like the third year to now, it was just exponential how I could all of a sudden do these things, doing these other exercises. And at the end of the video as well, I want to recommend, some books that I used and some books that were extremely helpful to me. Even just getting basic knowledge about what you're doing when you're even putting your fingers on the piano. Anyway, here's some more recent videos of me playing. So that's basically up to now. I mean, there's a lot of things I still need to work on, and I'm gonna work on them no matter what, because a lot of people don't understand when you start playing piano, it's not just, you know, something to like get good at and then you're good at it forever. It's a lifelong journey that, you know, once you join it and once you feel what it's about, you're probably never gonna stop. And I hope seeing this progression video makes those people that are scared or on the fence about trying it or learning to go out and actually buy their first piano and just sit down and play. That's all you need to do, is just sit down and play. You don't need to learn a song at first, just hit the keys. Just smack the keys with your hands, smack the keys with your fingers. Make sound come out, see how it feels. And then from there, you learn your first scale, you watch YouTube videos. There's a ton of YouTube resources. Maybe I can put some down in the description for you guys of some videos that really helped me along the way. Anyway, I just wanted to show you some of the books that really helped me along the way. So this right here, you can get this on Amazon. I'm not like affiliate or anything like that. It's just, you know, a book. It has all of the chords for all of the major keys. You probably can't see that because of the freaking lighting. But yeah, but here it has all of the chords for like all of the keys. This is another great book. It's the Adult Piano Adventures. This is the first one. It's a big introduction to like music reading, like notation. It shows you the fingering of the notes. It gives you all the detailed information about the staff to like understand what you're actually looking at. But this is a good one I recommend as well. The one that I most recommend is the Liszt Technical Exercises. This book is absolutely phenomenal. This book is probably one of the only reasons why I can play anything that I can play today. And again, I'm not an affiliate. I just really advocate for this book. Now, I mean, it's musical notation, so you do have to learn to read music first, which is why, you know, I didn't get into this and appreciate it until later. But this book has an endless amount. I mean, look how thick it is. Look at that thickness. This book has an endless amount of exercises that you'll be working on probably until the day you die. So to end the video, I'm going to do just one more live performance. It's the Demon Hunter opening from the anime, if there's any other fellow weebs out there.